There's one version of Titanic we have never seen until this morning.
A new project has revealed the wreck as it's never been seen before.
Deep in the North Atlantic, the Titanic's wreckage holds terrifying secrets. This ship, famous for its first and last voyage, left behind items that tell powerful stories. From personal items filled with memories to luxury goods showing the wealth of its time, each discovery has a unique story. Join us as we dive into 10 incredible but terrifying finds recovered from the Titanic. Number 1. 18-karat gold necklace. An 18-karat gold locket belonging to Virginia Estelle McDowell Clark, a first-class passenger on the Titanic, symbolizes a story of love and loss. Recovered from the wreck during a 1994 expedition, the locket, engraved with VC, was found in a travel bag along with gambling chips, cufflinks, and a toiletry item. Virginia survived the disaster, being lowered into a lifeboat, while her husband Walter Miller Clark stayed on the ship and perished. These artifacts, linking directly to the Clarks, will be displayed for the first time at Titanic: The Artifact Exhibition in Las Vegas, marking the anniversary of the sinking. Alexandra Klingelhofer of Premier Exhibitions highlighted the significance of connecting artifacts to passengers, noting the rarity and value of telling the Titanic's personal stories through such discoveries. Number 2. A doll's head. Eva Hart's cherished doll, left behind as she escaped the Titanic disaster on April 1, 1912, resurfaced from the Atlantic's depths 65 years later. Found 2,000 meters underwater by Captain Abel Federico Nogueras of Argandel, only the doll's head remained intact. After Nogueras' death, who had retained the doll for 15 years, collector Teresa Martin from Huelva, Spain, secured ownership through an agreement with Hart. Number 3. A set of cabin keys. A set of rusty keys from the Titanic, linked to a cabin steward who survived the disaster, Sidney Daniels, are to be auctioned by his family. Daniels, an 18-year-old third-class steward and the last surviving crew member of the Titanic's maiden voyage, had these keys for lockers on F deck, designated for third-class passengers. The keys, attached to a single ring and stamped with Locker 41F deck and Locker 42F deck, are expected to fetch up to £60,000 at an auction in Devizes, Wiltshire. Andrew Aldridge of Henry Aldridge & Son highlighted their uniqueness, stating, "These keys are exceptional as they are the only known examples belonging to concurrent lockers." Daniels kept the keys in his pocket as the Titanic sank in April 1912, later returning home aboard the Lapland. Having served in World War I, Daniels passed away in 1983 at the age of 89. Number 4. Letters and postcards. A postcard penned by Jack Phillips, the RMS Titanic's senior wireless operator mere weeks before the ship's tragic sinking, is set for auction with an expected value of up to $15,000. Written in March 1912 to his sister Elsie while in Belfast, Ireland, the postcard showcases the Titanic during its construction phase. Featuring a 5.5-inch by 3.5-inch format and a Belfast postmark, the correspondence highlights Phillips's hectic schedule with the message, "Very busy working late. Hope to leave on Monday and arrive Soton, Southampton, Wednesday afternoon. Hope you are quite okay. Love, Jack." This rare artifact, one of only 2 from Elsie's collection showing the Titanic, highlights Phillips's role aboard the ship. Recognized for his heroic efforts during the disaster, Phillips tirelessly transmitted distress signals to nearby vessels, ultimately saving lives despite succumbing to the cold after the ship sank. Scheduled for auction closure on April 14th, RR Auction anticipates the postcard could fetch $15,000, reflecting its historical significance and Phillips's enduring legacy. Number 5. Alligator purse. British milliner Marion Meanwell, a third-class passenger on the Titanic, carried with her a luxury alligator purse containing critical personal items, including her marriage license, a receipt for a canary, and a note from a former landlord affirming her reliability in paying rent. Originally not meant to be on the Titanic, Meanwell secured her passage due to her initial ship being out of service. The durability of the alligator skin purse played a crucial role in preserving its contents against the marine environment, illustrating the era's emphasis on creating long-lasting items. David Galusha, a conservator, emphasized the superior quality and thickness of the alligator skin used during that period, stating, "The thickness of the alligator skin, the quality, is no comparison to what you would find today." Unfortunately, Meanwell did not survive the Titanic's sinking, but the survival of her purse offers a glimpse into her story. Number 6. Leather boots of a crew member. Recovered from the Titanic's wreckage, a pair of boots found in the leather suitcase of William Henry Allen, a 35-year-old third-class passenger, serves as a reminder of the tragic fate that befell many aboard the ill-fated voyage. Allen's story, told through these personal items, reflects the broader narrative of loss among the Titanic's third-class passengers, of whom approximately 75% did not survive. The preservation of these boots offers a touching glimpse into the life of an individual among the roughly 700 third-class passengers who perished, highlighting the human aspect behind the historical tragedy. This artifact not only tells the story of one man's journey, but also symbolizes the socio-economic disparities aboard the Titanic, providing insight into the different experiences of passengers based on class. Number 7. The Big Piece. A significant artifact, the Big Piece, is a 13 by 30 foot section of the Titanic's hull weighing 15 tons. It was salvaged in 1998 after a failed attempt in 1996 due to a snapped cable. Originating from the ship's starboard side, it was first identified in 1994. Upon recovery, it exhibited a vivid marine life cover, described by Tom Zahler, former president of Premier Exhibitions, as green and mossy red and all these crazy colors. Post-recovery, the artifact underwent desalinization and treatments to mitigate rusting and erosion. The piece is notable for its intact portholes, which, as the New York Times noted, the larger portholes looked into cabins while the smaller portholes were for the bathrooms, still containing their original glass, offering a unique glimpse into the Titanic's structural and everyday life aspects. Number 8. A handwritten account of the lifeboat recovery. On May 13, 1912, nearly a month after the Titanic's tragic sinking, RMS Oceanic crewmen embarked on a mission to recover a lifeboat, believed to be Collapsible A, the last to leave the doomed ship. This operation led to the discovery of 3 decomposing bodies of Titanic passengers. Photographs from that day document the recovery process, showing Oceanic's crew being lowered to approach and eventually board the adrift lifeboat. Among the deceased were 2 Titanic firemen, found wedged under the seats, and first-class passenger Thompson Beatty, dressed in a dinner jacket. A distressing detail from an Oceanic passenger's handwritten account described how one corpse's arms detached during the recovery, emphasizing the harrowing condition of the bodies. Additionally, a woman's ring, identified as the belonging of a Swedish passenger Elin Gerda Lindell, was found. Number 9. Violin played by bandmaster Wallace Hartley. A violin believed to have been played by Wallace Hartley, the bandmaster on the Titanic during its final moments before sinking, was sold for approximately $1.6 million to an anonymous buyer, believed to be British. This sea-corroded, now unplayable instrument, sold by Henry Aldridge & Son, fetched about 3 times its expected price at auction. Hartley and his orchestra famously continued to play as the Titanic sank in April 1912, with the band, their instruments, and 1,500 others tragically going down with the ship. It is thought Hartley secured the violin in a leather case, which, along with his body, was later recovered. The violin, passing through various hands, was rediscovered in 2006 and authenticated partly due to an engraving from Hartley's fiancée, Maria Robinson. This sale set a record for Titanic artifacts, surpassing the previous highest sale of a 32-foot schematic plan of the ship, which sold for $356,000. Number 10. Vials of perfume. During a 2000 salvage mission, RMS Titanic Inc. discovered a leather pouch containing vials of perfume samples, once belonging to Adolf Saalfeld, a 47-year-old first-class passenger and perfume maker from Manchester. Unbeknownst to the salvage team until surfacing, the opening of the pouch released an Edwardian-era scent into the lab. Saalfeld, who survived the Titanic disaster, had left behind these pouches, containing a total of 62 perfume samples. These scents were meticulously broken down into their component chemicals and reconstituted to recreate the original fragrances he carried. The recreated perfume, named Legacy 1912, has notes of delicate lemon and nerolus, blushing rose, and warm sheer amber. The design of its packaging drew inspiration from a door recovered from the Titanic, linking the product directly to the ship's legacy and Saalfeld's storied past.